Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. I was actually planning on not doing any more games on the public beta environment for set 11, or at least not casting any more games. I thought I might play some more, but not actually cast them. But as it turns out, I got a really interesting game here, a double-up game that I played with JDP El Grillo, and we're going to see a Porcelain team composition that dives very deeply into the Porcelain trait. So I thought that this was worth sharing. I'm going to put it up on YouTube, and then probably the next game will be when it is on the live client. All right, now there is something very unusual about this game, and that is we get an encounter right at the start, which moves the augments to random rounds. Yeah, this is one I had not seen before. But as I said, instead of getting the augments at the normal times, which is you typically get them, on stage 1, 4, and then again, I think on 3, 3, and 4, 3, they just get moved to random points in time. And it turned out that the first augment is going to get moved much, much later than normal. By the way, I actually did not know that it tracks the encounters in that little doohickey on the top left-hand corner of the screen. It will tell you how many there have been so far in the game and how many there will be down the road. So it looks like we're going to have 5 of them in this game. I think 5 is the maximum you can have, although I believe you can have fewer. We actually did a double-up game before this where I believe we only had 2 encounters, although I'd have to go back and double-check the footage on that. So there's a lot of randomness in this game mechanic, and not having the augment at the start of the game definitely feels very, very weird, and not kind of in a good way, if that makes sense. Actually kind of made the gameplay not as good, for lack of a better feeling, but I guess we'll get back to that later on. If you've seen a couple of the other PBE videos I've done, I'm really not a big fan of the encounters thus far. I think this is kind of a lousy set mechanic, but it is early. I guess we'll see, but I'm not terribly enthusiastic. I kind of have enjoyed the gameplay more when the encounters are not present than when they are. That's not a great sign when we're in the early stages of the set, but anyway, I guess it just is what it is. All right, now in terms of what I was planning on playing for this game, I was planning on playing into Arcanist, and I have good reason to do that. I got an early Alawi to drop from the minion round. Alawi is a Warden, but she also has the Arcanist trait, also has the Ghostly trait, one of those 3 trait units. So I've also found some Garens here. My thinking is I'm going to go ahead and play Warden Frontline, and I have not actually found any other Arcanists other than Alawi, but I have found very good items for Arcanists. I have a Jeweled Gauntlet, and then I have a Tear, so this sets up really nicely to play into Syndra later on. I could look to find another Tear and make a blue buff, or if I can't find that, I could look to make a Spear of Shojin. Blue buff is better on Syndra, but Spear of Shojin is still pretty good. You just want one of the 2 of them so that she casts more often. And then I've got the Jeweled Gauntlet, because that will amplify damage that comes from the Arcanist trait. That's really nice. Arcanists get ability power from their trait innately, so Jeweled Gauntlet's really nice because then it allows that innate damage to crit. There's just kind of natural synergy there. And then we can try to plan around from there. Anyway, I go over to Grillo's board, but he did get reinforced on from one of the other players, so he is unfortunately going to take that loss. Not a whole lot that we could do there. I'm also doing my best to do this cast. Unfortunately, I do have a little bit of a cold. People will probably be able to hear that on the recording here, but I'm doing the best I can on trying to hang in there. All right, in any case, Grillo is trying to play into, I think he's playing into an Exalted setup in this game. Yeah, Exalted is a very unusual trait in this game because the units that have it change in every single game. I think that there's 60 different sets of units, and the game will randomly roll one of those 60 Exalted sets. There's typically 5 units that will have Exalted, and it's basically random which ones will have it. It'll change every game. As I said, there's 60 different lists, and it'll pick one of them. But it's a very interesting trait. It gives extra experience. You get 1 extra XP every single round, although it goes into this soul core that you then can sell. You have to sell the core to get the experience. But basically, it's 1 extra XP every round, and you also get additional damage for playing Exalted units. So if you can build an Exalted board, there's quite a bit of benefit. You get both extra damage, and you get this econ benefit in the form of additional experience as well. So I have not tried to play this yet because I've been having enough trouble learning the set as far as just the normal units, not trying to learn all the Exalted pairings on top of that. But if you can put it together, it definitely allows for some flexible play, and it can make your board pretty strong, especially in the late game if you can cap out with that extra Exalted damage while playing stuff you want to play anyway. Alright, so I have picked up a Lux here. I'm going to try to put Lux in for my next unit because she'll put the Arcanist trait in play. And this is a unit I'm going to want to play long-term anyway. If I'm going to play 6 Arcanists, which is what I was thinking at this point in time, then I'm going to want to play Lux anyway because she's a solid Arcanist. She also brings the Porcelain trait. That can combine together with a Mumu for frontline, or it can combine together with Lysandra, who is the 5-cost Arcanist, who also has the Porcelain trait. Now, as far as what I'm doing right now, I really haven't found Arcanist units, so I am playing through Caitlyn instead. Caitlyn is, of course, not an Arcanist. She is a sniper unit, and she actually deals physical damage, not magical damage. But she's not bad at holding Arcanist items and spellcaster items, because you can put Jeweled Gauntlet on her that allows her ability to crit. Yes, it does physical damage, but still allows it to crit. And if you can put like a Shojin on her, then it allows her to get her casts off much faster. Kate lines up a sniper shot and it deals a lot of damage, but it just takes her forever to cast. So she can hold items for like an expensive caster really well. So she can hold like, I don't know, Azir items if you're playing into Azir, who's the 5-cost invoker. She can hold Lysandra items. So she is a decent item holder for a unit that's going to hold like AP items later on. And here on this carousel, I do have the option to take some frontline stuff, but all the frontline stuff had bows, and I really don't want bows in this team comp, so I have to take the AP items instead. So I was like, all right, this is fine. I'll go ahead, I'll make Spear of Shojin, and then I still have a leftover rod. That could be a Death Cap, that could be a, I don't know, like a Gunblade. There's a lot of good options there for that last item. And by the way, look at my board. Look how many pairs I have. I have a Garen pair, I have a Kog'Maw pair, and then I have a Jax pair. Kog'Maw's just on the board to put Sniper trait in play for Caitlyn, because Kate's the unit I'm playing through. I want to activate her traits. I actually have both of her traits in. I have Ghostly trait, which comes from the Alawi, and then I have Sniper trait, which comes from the Kog'Maw. So yeah, you know, that's my only 2-star unit is the Kate. We might as well activate all our traits, and there we go. All right, so these fights are somewhat RNG dependent because who Kate ends up ulting is pretty important. And if she just shoots and fires at like a unit that's on 1 HP, she'll kind of waste her cast. That probably will cost me to lose the fight. But if she hits high health targets, then I can probably win the fights. And get some good luck there with Grillo coming over and reinforcing. That person's already found a Cade, which is pretty interesting. They're also on 0 gold, so I don't know quite what's going on with their economy. And then now we finally have our first augment. Note that it comes at the end of stage 2. And I really don't like having this augment at the end of stage 2 because I'm kind of already committed to a team comp. And so most of these augments just completely whiff me. I end up having to take Combat Caster, which gives a shield every time your unit's cast. And I mean, that's okay, but it's not really a good fit for the setup I have. I guess it'll be good if I go into Syndra because she does have low mana cost. She only has a mana cost of 30, so she would get that a lot. But this really is not what I was looking for. And this is kind of a natural effect of putting the first augment at the end of stage 2 instead of the beginning of stage 2. Is I'm already committed to a team comp. So like 2/3 of the augments were just completely useless. Like I'm not going to play an Invoker augment. It's too late for that. I'm not playing into Invokers. Like, I mean, I guess I could, but it's a little late to be pivoting at the end of stage 2. And then there was like a Ghostly augment, and I'm like, okay, I'm not playing into Vertical Ghostly. I mean, again, I guess I could, but these items, I've already made items that are suited to Arcanists. Like I can't make, like if you're going to play into Ghostly, you're playing into, I mean, I guess I could play into Morgana. These are Morgana. You could put these items on Morgana, and that would work fine. By the way, I have no idea how Kate got her ult to fly through and hit the backline there, but I'm glad it did. So anyway, like I said, by putting the augment at the end of the stage, it definitely makes it hard to pivot into some of these units. So I definitely think that this was just kind of a grief for the whole lobby. It was kind of stupid. So, I mean, okay, this encounter like switched up the gameplay, but it didn't do it in a particularly interesting way. It just kind of did it in like a stupid way, for lack of better words. Anyway, all right, well, over there, Grillo is playing this Exalted board. He's also playing some Ghost units. And in particular, I've gone ahead and grabbed the Shen here. If I can send this Shen over to him, that'll be Shen 2-star. And that'll definitely help because Shen is kind of holding his tank items at the moment. So far, so good. I did manage to win every single round. I think Grillo only lost 1 round. Thus far, there's one other player who's win streaking, so it looks like it's getting between our team and this other team, and the other team's maybe not that strong in the lobby. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sell the Zoe. That was probably a mistake. If I'm going to play into Arcanist, I probably should have held Zoe because she is an Arcanist, but I did end up selling. It allows me to get to 30 gold. I also could have sold the 2 Jaxes. The reason why I was holding the Jax is I was just trying to see if I could hit a Jax 2-star. Like, I would play Jax 2-star or Garen 2-star, depending on what I hit. And I've had 2 out of 3 of both of them, like, for ages and ages now. Anyway, well, we go straight from having an augment at the end of stage 2 to immediately having one at the beginning of stage 3, which is really weird. Again, there's nothing here I particularly want, so I'm just going to take the Blistering Strikes. This is a generic augment. Just going to be useful so that I get that burn effect on everybody's auto attack damage. I do not have a heal cut at the moment, so that provides that. And so because I'm on full win streak, I'm going to go ahead and look to level. I will drop in a Moo. He will give me another Warden for frontline. He also does make Porcelain trait for Lux, although this is not terribly significant for the board that I'm playing right now. The main reason why I want to level is because I'm on full win streak, so I'm trying to maintain full win streak. And then I have this leftover bow. There really is nothing I want to do with this bow. I was like, you know, I'm trying to play Arcanist. I guess the one thing I could do is I could make Gnasher's Tooth, which is a pretty good item on Syndra. I wouldn't say it's our best in-slot item, but it's definitely not bad. But the problem is I already have full Syndra items over there. Like I said, I made a Gunblade, so I have Spear of Sojin, I have Gunblade, and then I also have the Jeweled Gauntlet. By the way, Kate just pops one of the frontliners in one shot, which is pretty nice here. So there's really not any ability to make a Gnasher's Tooth because I already have full items for Syndra, so it's kind of would be wasted if I had that. Anyway, I get reinforced on, so it looks like I'm going to lose this round. Fortunately, Grillo comes over as well. Is there any chance we can win this? Kate does heal off of her Gunblade damage. It's pretty close, but we managed to take out the back line, and oof. That's actually a really important round to win because it keeps my win streak going. It actually ends a win streak on that other player. So we were both on full win streak. We both went to level 6 to try to preserve win streak. And then I was able to win and they ended up losing. So like I said, a very important round early on in the context of this game. So now we're both on full win streak here and looking pretty good. So we're pretty happy with how things stand right now. Once again, I continue to have like a billion pairs on my bench. I think I have 4 separate pairs. So I have Jax pair, Garen pair, Alawi pair, and Lux pair. The most important one to hit would be Alawi, but it is kind of silly that I have all these pairs without hitting. I've had Garen pair and Jax pair since like stage 2-1, and I have not been able to hit the 3rd unit, so a little bit unfortunate. Definitely would be easier if I had some 2-star frontliners. I do not have a single 2-star frontliner, and I do not have any tank items thus far. I really need to remedy that. I need to get some kind of tank items. By the way, apparently Kate's ult hit Amumu, but Amumu had the Porcelain benefit, which is damage reduction, so it did not end up killing that unit, and I ended up wasting a little bit of that cast. So yeah, Kate's ults have not been as good in this fight. Hoping we can finish off that Teemo. Oh, the Teemo is super low. Do we have enough damage to finish this off? Come on, there we go. All right, just barely kept the win streak going. It is a miracle that I am still win streaking without any 2-star frontliners or any frontline tank items at all. Kind of random. All right. So now we're going to get yet another ridiculous one of these encounters. We're going to get 2 support items that are random. We get a Zerat portal, which is really nice because I need more frontline and I need it pretty badly. And then the other one is a Zephyr. So I can definitely make use of that. I can definitely play drop-in Zephyr here. And now I'm finally going to start to get some Arcanists showing up in the shop. So there's Ari, there's Nico. I don't want to put them on my board just yet. I don't want to convert over to a full Arcanist setup until I actually have Syndra. Like right now, if I were to swap out the Kate for one of these units, I would definitely make my board weaker. So that does not make any sense to do that. But down the road, I definitely will want to play these units if I'm going full vertical Arcanist, which is what I thought I was doing, but ends up not going that route in this game. All right, well, we've got a Zephyr, so that means drop in Zephyr time. Whoop! Up you go. This is something that we loved to do back in the day when you could actually build Zephyr. I kind of wish you could still build Zephyr. Unfortunately, you cannot. But I am going to take advantage. If I have a drop-in Zephyr, I am going to take advantage of it. I wanted to take the carry in the back right-hand corner, so I positioned to be able to do that. And unsurprisingly, this person was not positioning for that. I think I would have won this round anyway, but it would have been a lot closer without Sivir being up in the air. That slowed her stacking up her Rage Blade, and so I am able to go full win streak into the minion round, or into the carousel, excuse me. 8 rounds, 8 wins. As I said, the lobby has not been too strong thus far. Now, there's actually 3 spatulas on this carousel, and I am not thinking I'm going to get a spatula at this point in time, but the spatulas are sticking around, and so I was like, oh, okay, well, you know what? If you're just going to have the spatula stick around, okay, I'll go ahead and take this. I can do something with this. Not exactly sure what I'm going to make with this, but then I see that there's a bow on my bench, and I was like, oh, I can make a Porcelain emblem with this. The recipe for Porcelain is bow plus spatula. I was like, I can look to play 4 Porcelain with this setup. That actually is going to be decent in this situation. I was planning to only play 2 Porcelain, but now I can definitely play 4 Porcelain on this board. I can just look to slot in Ashe, and I'll look to play Ashe as a Porcelain unit as well. So let's go ahead and put this on somebody. I'll go ahead and put this on Cogmal. Cog is a decent early game user of this because one of the things that the Porcelain Emblem does is the trait actually gives additional attack speed. By the way, let me go ahead and read the trait. just so we have an idea of what we're dealing with here, because now I have 3 Porcelain champs in. Okay, Porcelain, after casting, Porcelain champions boil, gaining attack speed and taking less damage for 3 seconds. So they gain attack speed after they cast, and they also get damage reduction. Only lasts for 3 seconds, so it is better on units that cast a lot. And that's why it's pretty good on Cog, because Cog only has 30 mana cost. He casts a lot. All of the Porcelain units have high mana cost. There's only 4 of them. You have Lux, who's a 2 cost, Amumu, who's a 3 cost, Ashe, who's a 4 cost, and Lysandra, who's a 5 cost. So now my plan is I will look to play Ashe, and that'll get me 4 Porcelain. And then maybe in the long run, I could drop Ashe and play Lysandra, and that'll get me 4 Porcelain. Or I could drop Amumu, but I only need to play 3 of the 4 Porcelain units, and I will be able to play 4 Porcelain. Higher ranks of the trait give you more attack speed, and they give you more damage reduction. By the way, this round's really close. Can we win this? Does Alawi have this? No, unfortunately. Almost managed to win that one, but we did come up a little bit short. So this does mean I'm going to play fewer Arcanist units. Now I'm thinking it's going to be 4 Arcanist, 4 Porcelain, because I'm going to need to eat up more slots with Porcelain units as opposed to more Arcanist units. But I think that's going to be better, especially if I can put this Porcelain emblem on a frontliner. Porcelain tends to be good on frontliners because it has that damage reduction. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move this over to Aphelios, because if I'm going to play Ashe, then I probably want to play Aphelios as well. And I think I could also get Faded in play. Probably should have held Cog a little bit longer, though. Could have held Aphelios on the bench a little bit longer, because I think that, I mean, I do get Sniper trait with Aphelios in. Both Cog and Aphelios are snipers, but Cog 2 star is probably a little bit better than Aphelios 1 star, and Cog has a lower mana cost, so he also makes a little bit better of the Porcelain bonus. But I was trying to clear out my bench. I was trying to free up a little bit of bench space, so yeah. I think that this works okay. By the way, I have Zephyred the carry of every single team. Every single round I've had this Zephyr, I've been able to hit one of their key units. People just not scouting the Zephyrs, for better or for worse, just not scouting them. Anyway, I really want to win this round because we're going into a minion round after this. I would love to have the full 10-match winning streak. Unfortunately, though, Kate's ult is blocked by the Senna there. I think I would still win this round, but, man, yeah, I had that round 1, but then their partner comes over. That's a tough way to lose a win streak, is getting reinforced on right before the minion round arrives. So my win streak does end at 9 rounds, and that does deny me a lot of econ. That's also an important round because now that person's on full win streak, and I would have ended their win streak if I had ended up winning that one. Anyway, I'm going to send a Yone over to Grillo's board. That's going to make Yone 2-star. And then the other unit he was looking for was Shen. So there's actually a Shen in my store, so I'm going to hold on to this. And Grillo is going to try to make a 3-star Shen in this game, so I'm going to try to help him out with that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and level to 7 right now. And, just, again, still trying to econ here. I'm going to try to get to level 8, and then I'll look to roll and start to put together my board on level 8. Now, what I want here is frontline items. I really need frontline items quite badly. But and I do get one. I get the belt over there, but I don't get any more. And I get another bow, and I'm like, geez, another bow? What am I going to do with this bow? So that's unfortunate. I also do find an Azir in my store, though, and there's also an Ashe here, too. So there's actually quite a few units I want to play. So I was like, okay, well, I still want to play Syndra long-term, but what I can do is I can just look to play the Azir over the Caitlyn for right now. I think that's definitely better. So let's go ahead. We'll move all these items over to Azir. The intention is these will go to Syndra long-term. And then there's also a Nautilus in the store. Nautilus would get me 4 Wardens, so I definitely want to play that unit. And then I got another Thief's Glove as well. I was like, okay, I guess I'll put this on Alawi. I'm putting Thief's Gloves on my frontliners. I need to put this on somebody here. I guess the Wardens can use it as well as anybody else. So we'll pick up the Nautilus. I note that there's a Zoe in my store, but I don't think Zoe is a unit I'm going to play now. As I said, now I don't think I'm going to play the 6 Arcanists. I think I'm only going to play 4. And if I'm playing 4, I'm definitely not going to play Zoe on this board. So I think that she comes out. And I've had the opportunity to buy Zoe's and just never picked her up. Instead, I'm going to have Azir hold these items for right now. He is a 5-cost Invoker. I do not, of course, have Invoker trait in, which is a bit unfortunate. But he's still a 5-cost unit, so he's going to use these items pretty well. And then look at this. Now there's a new deer in my shop. So I was like, okay, seeing a lot of 5 costs at 1% odds here. Well, we have 3 Wardens in for the moment. Let's just take the Garen out. Garen's not going to be on my endgame board. We'll just run the Udyr for right now because why not? He's a 5-cost unit. Doesn't have any of his traits in play, but we can still run him here. Just like I said, why not? He'll get the Thief's Glove. He'll roll something. He'll run around punching people. That should be pretty decent. Now, Udyr was really overpowered for much of the PBE, but they did nerf him. This is shortly before release. They did nerf him a little bit before release. They toned his numbers way, way, way down, and that was appropriate because he was just way too strong of a unit. People would just put a 1-star Udyr on the board, and he would just kill everything. So they did tone him down quite a bit, but he's actually one of the weaker 5-costs now. I'm sure he'll get buffed back into overpowered status at some point. So for right now, I'm just kind of playing whatever units, letting Azir and Udyr, who I've randomed my way into, kind of hold my items as I just wait for time and try to put my board together later. There is another Alawi here, and I thought that I would just grab Alawi's. I might have an outside chance to make Alawi 3-star, so I'll just hold on to that and then continue looking to level onwards and upwards. So far so good. Only lost 2 rounds, only lost the 1 round the entire game. We're still on 85 HP. I'm still trying to figure out what units exactly are going to be on my board, but it's definitely going to be for Porcelain because I have the emblem. I 100% want to play this long term. I mean, the Aphelios is not bad to put it on because you do get attack speed from Porcelain trait. Long term, I might want to put it on a frontliner though because, as I said, the damage reduction is really good on frontliners. All right, so this person's already leveled 8. They've already rolled completely down to 0 gold. So I'm thinking this person's probably stronger than me. They also have 7 Storyweaver. Storyweaver not particularly strong in this patch, but it does spike when you hit 7 Storyweaver. You have to hit Aurelia for that though, who is a 5-cost, and they actually have hit Aurelia. So their board definitely got a lot stronger. If they had not hit Aurelia, they would basically just be dead because they'd be stuck on 5 Storyweaver, which is really not strong in this patch. But they did hit the Aurelia, so they're going to be stronger for the time being. All right, now look what I see here. There's another spatula on this carousel. And that lost round actually has dropped me into 2nd place amazingly. So I was like, okay, I'll take another spatula. Sure, why not? I have that. Remember, I have that bow I don't really have a use for. I put it on Ash because she wants attack speed. I was like, okay, let's make another Porcelain emblem. Now we can play 6 Porcelain, which is a chase trait that's extremely rare to play, but it's very, very strong. So I was like, okay, we'll play 6 Porcelain. Now we just need to play Lysandra, and then we have 6 Porcelain in. So, okay, let's go. And now I need to put this on somebody else. I was like, all right, we'll go ahead and make the Porcelain emblem. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I will need to put this on someone else. I was like, what do I do here? I have this Ornn, but I'm not going to play... Well, I guess I could play Ornn. I think I'm going to play the Nautilus instead, and I'm going to go ahead and put the Porcelain emblem on the Nautilus. And then now I have a leftover Thiefsclave. I don't want to put it on Ash because Ash is going to be one of my main carries on this board, so I don't want to put it on Ash. I was like, I guess it's got to go on a frontliner, so I guess it has to go on a Mumu potentially. I mean, I guess I could put it on Lux, but I don't want to put it on. I don't want to put this on Lux. She's not a key unit. Mumu is definitely going to be better in that regard. So, okay, now we're up to 3 Warden. I definitely need to find another Warden to play on this board. Ideal would be finding Set, but Set is a 5-cost, so that's going to be kind of tricky. Set would also put Fated trait in play if I can find Syndra. So I do have some nice synergies on these traits that can come together. Anyway, Azir is still holding my spellcasting items, and then I need to get items for Ash. I have converted the 2 bows I found into emblems, so those are items that would have gone on to Ash and haven't. By the way, this person is very, very dead. They've actually been re-rolling for Syndra and Lux, so I'm going to be happy for them to get... Or not Syndra, they've been re-rolling for Ahri and Lux, so I'm quite happy for them to be out of the pool. And then we get 4 free re-rolls for this round. So first I'm going to send the Shen over to Grillo. He's still trying to make Shen 3-star. Anyway, I do find a Syndra, so we're going to make that conversion over. These items are going to be very good on Syndra, so we'll do that. Now I'm going to go to level 8. I want to use my free rerolls on level 8 and not level 7. So let's go ahead and do this. Looks like we have 1 more encounter still yet to come, so let's use that. All right, Lux, that's good. We'll make Lux 2-star. I want to get another Warden on the board. Oh my god, I hit Set. That is crazy to hit the Set. Okay. Well, I was going to put the Thief's Glove on the Amumu. Now I'll put it on Set instead. There's another Alawi that gets me to 5. There's another Syndra. And there's yet another Syndra. Okay. Let's go. Well, now I don't have to roll at level 8. Now I can just go straight to level 9 because I hit Syndra 2-star like nothing. And it's a really good fit for my board. I've got 4 Wardens, 3 Arcanists. So now we just go level 9. And on level 9, we play Lysandra. And that caps our board with 6 Porcelain, 4 Arcanists. We got the Fated bonus in play. I'm going to have to actually pick the Fated bonus. It has randomly gone to Syndra and Aphelios back there, which is probably not bad. I'll have to go ahead and take a look at whether I want it on those 2 or not. But that was a pretty ridiculous high roll. To hit Set there so easily was just enormous for my board. And by the way, there's another Shen, so I should probably pick this up for Grillo. I'm going to sell the Aries. I thought I would play Ari. Normally when you're playing Arcanist, you end up playing Ari on the board, but not going to play that here. We need the Lux for Porcelain trait. We need Syndra. She's our main carry at the moment. And then who else do we have? And then we have Alawi for frontline, and then Lysandra caps our board. So I will hold this Shen for a potential Shen 3-star. But yeah, hitting the set, hitting the 2-star Syndra, that was awesome. Now we just need to hit 2-star Ashe. We need to hit some Ashe items and getting tank items here, which is not terrible, but I do want more items for Ashe. She needs to become the other big carry on this board. And then, Final Augment pops up really, really late on 5-1. It's Prismatic. And I was like, geez. Prismatic here at the beginning of stage 5. Really not what I want. I hate it when the last Augment's Prismatic. So I'm trying to see, do I want the Arcanist crown? But I was like, I don't think I can get 5 or 6 Arcanists on this board. The Impenetrable Bulwark is not bad either. I could maybe just get, put the Dragon's Claw and the Bramble Vest on Nautilus or on the Amumu. That would not be terrible. But I was like, I think I'm better off just getting extra health. This is double up mode where we get extra health. I've got these extra emblems. I've got these Thieves' Gloves. I think just getting 500 extra health on all of these is better. So I will go ahead and I need another item on Ashe here. I was like, do I want the bow? I was like, actually, I don't think I need attack speed on Ashe because she's going to get an immense amount of attack speed from Porcelain trait if I get up to 6 Porcelain. So I think what I want is just more damage on her. So let's go ahead and make the Deathblade on Ashe. And then now we've got some leftover items here. So I'll go ahead and make a redemption. I actually would have made Warmogs, but the belt disappeared temporarily. Yeah, I would have preferred to make a Warmogs there, but like I said, it just went away out of nowhere for some reason. So I was like, all right, okay, I guess we'll hold off on making that item then. But Redemption's definitely not bad here either. And Redemption's nice so that we just get that extra healing for our frontliners. I'll put Nautilus next to the other Warden units on the front line. And yeah, 5 Porcelain, 4 Warden. That's a lot of damage reduction up there on the front lines. So pretty happy with that. And now we're also going to get another gift round here because it's double up. Again, part of the reason why Cybernetic Bulk is good in double up is you just get more items in double up than you do in the base game. So Cybernetic just has natural synergy with playing in double up. I am going to end up taking the components from Grillo. So I believe I get 2 additional components here. Is it? Yeah, we get the additional components. I was like, okay, well, this works out. I end up making an Evan Shroud. That's good because I don't have any armor shred on my board. And I want to have the armor shred for Ashe. That's going to be pretty nice. And then I have a leftover rod. So I was like, all right, I want to do something with this rod. Why don't we just put it on? I think I end up putting it on a Mumu because that will give him 500 additional health. Now, past me is hopefully highlighting the Porcelain trait. Then past me stopped highlighting it. Again, this is pre-recorded footage, so I can't highlight things. Maybe someday we'll get replays, but we do not have them right now. Porcelain 4, which is what I have in right now. After the Porcelain units cast their ability, they get 60% attack speed, 35% damage reduction, lasts for the next 3 seconds. Porcelain 6, they get 125% attack speed and 60% reduced damage. Now, that does only last 3 seconds, but still, 125% attack speed, 60% damage reduction. That's pretty insane. It basically makes the frontline tank units completely unkillable because Warden unit also gives damage reduction. With 4 Warden, we have 25% less damage, and that's permanent. So after Amumu casts his ability, and after Nautilus casts his ability, they have 85% damage reduction, or they will when I have Porcelain trait in. I don't have Porcelain 6 in yet, but they'll have 85% damage reduction for 3 seconds. That basically means that they're completely immune to taking any damage. So yeah, this front line is like unkillable, and then we have Syndra who stacks up damage over the course of the fight. And then we also have, hopefully, Ashe as well. I still only have 1-star Ashe, but no one else is playing Ashe, so I think we're getting there. And my board is on a nice win streak right now. There's another Shen in the store, but I don't need to pick up additional Shens because Grillo only needs 1 more Shen, I think, for Shen 3-star. So just need to send him that as soon as the Send cools down, and he'll have that unit. Of course, Shen is not a terribly important unit. He's only a 2 cost, but he was the main itemized tank on Grillo's board, so it made sense to try to get that unit for him. Now, we're back to the Aurelia board with the 7-story Weaver. This is the last board that beat me, by the way. So I'm hoping that my board has scaled up a bit since then. Oh, by the way, I can get a lot stronger. I still have Nautilus 1-star. I still have Set 1-star. I still have Ash 1-star. I still have Aphelios 1-star. I definitely beat this board, but I'm getting reinforced on again. So I don't know if I beat them. By the way, the damage reduction actually coming in handy for Ash right now because she was jumped on at the back of the fight. Can I win this? It's down to just Syndra and a whole bunch of other units. Unfortunately, Syndra gets jumped on by a tank. So, lose my win streak again. That board's beat me the last 2 times. I 100% would have beaten them if I hadn't been reinforced on. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I'm pretty confident I can beat that board. I just need to hit some more of my 2-stars. I need Nautilus 2-star, Ash 2-star, Aphelios 2-star. All of those units are going to help me a lot. And then find Lysandra on level 9. But we have so much health bank. There's no need to rush to level 9. I could get there right now if I needed to. But we have 59 HP, so there's really, like I said, there's no rush. I will wait, go there at the beginning of stage 6. And then I'll have gold to roll with right there. I also was able to get a great item for Ash. I got an Infinity Edge for her. So yeah, I could go to level 9 right now. If I had a Lysandra on my board or in my shop, I would go there. But I'd prefer to just take my time and play around the fact that we have all this gold. On that note, Grillo took for his Prismatic Augment. He took something that gave him a ton of rerolls. So he actually got, I think, 40 free rerolls. Yeah, that's not a misprint. 40 free rerolls. And he's waiting to go to level 9 and use them on level 9. So he should be pretty much guaranteed to find Lysandra for me. Even if I can't find her, he should be able to find Lysandra on level 9 anyway. So yeah, that's pretty wild. He's going to be able to burn through all of these dozens of free rerolls once he manages to get to level 9. He actually was like, maybe I should use them on level 10. But we were like, no, I think you should use them on level 9. Let's not be a little too crazy. So both of our boards are going to spike super hard as soon as we get to stage 6 because we've both just been econing for pretty much the whole game trying to get to level 9. This is not like the top of the double up ladder where we're typically lurking, just like a random double up game. And clearly the lobby was not putting as much pressure on us as what we normally experience in double up. All right, now again, if you're new to set 11, again, it is only on the PBE as I'm recording this, so not many people have had a chance to play it. You do get encounters like this. This is literally Mario Party. We stand in the puddles and try to catch fish. I really hate this one. It's just stupid. Like, it's just a waste of time. And then everybody gets more gold. I mean, I guess it's like cool the first time you see it, but I've already seen this like 3 times, and it really just wastes time. It just sucks an additional 30 seconds out of the game. It's pretty dumb. So how you feel about this, I guess, is up to each individual person, but I really think that most of these encounters are just kind of time-wasting nonsense. Anyway, well, look what I found, a Nautilus. So now I have Ash pair, Aphelios pair, Nautilus pair. I've had so many pairs throughout this entire game. Like I said, if this were a tougher lobby, I would have had to roll more aggressively, but I just haven't had to because the lobby hasn't put that much pressure on us. Most of these boards have been relatively weak. And at least in comparison to the boards we're used to seeing. But, it's nice. It's just PBE. It's nice to have some of these like low cost, low damage environments. Just kind of very, very casual games where you don't have to worry about that much. By the way, perhaps part of the reason why I'm not seeing as many Ashes is Grillo is actually playing Ash himself. He has an Ash over there on an Ash 2-star on his board with an Umbral emblem, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he's just playing Ash as well over there. We actually have non-trivial odds to hit Ash 3-star if we went ahead in that direction because no one else is playing Ash in this lobby. There is another Snipers player, but they're still only level 6, and yeah, they're level 6 board, not just kind of getting outscaled by this point in time in the game. You really, even if you were playing a reroll comp, you really need to be like at least level 7, preferably level 8 by this point, even if you're playing a reroll board. But anyway, most of the lobby getting pretty low, and oh, by the way, there's another Amumu right there. I'm going to send the Shen. That'll be Shen 3-star for Grillo. So now I have Ash pair, Aphelios pair, Nautilus pair, Amumu pair. Again, I should be able to hit some of them when rolling it down, but still, it's like, game, what the heck, man? Why so many pairs here? That's pretty silly. But we're still win streaking anyway. I've only lost, I think, 3 rounds the entire game. So, and most of them have been because I got reinforced on by another board. So, all right, now it's time to cap our board. We're going to hit level 9 here. We're going to roll it down. We're looking for Lysandra. Lysandra's the key unit we need to find. And then we just want to 2-star the rest of the units on our board. So, okay, here we go, level 9. There we go. All right, so there's Nautilus 2-star. Okay. Wukong does not fit our board. All right, there's Lysandra. Excellent. So now we have 6 Porcelain in play, along with 4 Arcanist. I guess I might as well pick up the Syndras, although Syndra 3-star is a little bit unlikely. Okay, come on, keep rolling. We're actually on 5 Syndras. All right, there's a Mumu 2-star. And I'm going to keep rolling. There's 6 Alawi, so not that far off some of these units. Still rolling. Can we hit the Ash? There's an extra Mumu. Okay. And then in terms of, by the way, Gorilla then sends me a 2-star Ash over here. So I did not quite manage to get that on my board in time. And then I also have this leftover bow. So I'm going to go ahead and take this Gunblade. I just put it on Lysandra because it's mostly going to give her the 500 health bonus. It also does mean when she ults that she will, heal the front line. And that's not bad. Lysandra does not do as much damage as Syndra, but in a 4 Arcanist, 6 Porcelain board, she's going to be pretty strong. She has the ability to create loot orbs for your team. If she kills a unit, then there's 50% odds that they'll drop a loot orb, which is pretty nice. By the way, Syndra, who is not a Porcelain unit, still leading my team in damage. Syndra's a little overtuned in this particular patch. So I'm going to go over to Grillo's board. He got reinforced on, and it looks like he was not able to win against 2 enemy teams. So there's actually 4 players on 1 HP in this lobby right now. All right, well, there is I have the Ash 2-star naturally in my store. Okay. So, I get the Ash there. And then I was thinking, I've got this leftover bow. It'd actually be pretty good to get Rage Blade on Ash. I would have to sell the Amumu to do that, but I think that's actually worthwhile to do. What this means is when Ash first casts her ability, she's going to get 120% attack speed for 3 seconds. So she'll fire off a bunch of attacks that'll then charge up her Rage Blade, and then she'll have more attack speed for the rest of the fight. I think that's worthwhile to do, even though it does cost Amumu the 500 health benefit. But I'm actually on 7 Alawi, 6 Syndras here, so I'm not that far off from hitting some of these units. By the way, Amumu looked like he was about to die, but then he casts his ability, and then he gets the 85% damage reduction. Also, look how fast Ash stacks up her Rage Blade, because as soon as she casts, she gets that enormous attack speed bonus from 6 Porcelain. And I mean, we're just absolutely shredding this board. 6 Porcelain, 4 Arcanist, 4 Warden, with the Fated bonus, Sniper Trade in play. We are giga strong at this point in time. About the only thing that I could be stronger is if I hit the 2-star set and the 3-star Alawi. Yeah, but this game got out of hand. This game, we just were not really pressured in this game. Definitely do not give the players that are in first place the opportunity to take multiple spatulas, because that lets you get to a chase trait like this. 6 Porcelain is a rare chase trait you're not going to see very often, and I'm pretty happy I was able to put it in play here. Like I said, I was not planning on casting any more PBE games, but this one was noteworthy enough that I thought it would be fun to do. And how often am I going to get to play 6 Porcelain? I might only get to do this like one other time the entire set, so I am quite happy to have this, and I hope that it made for a fun and entertaining cast. All right, well, the game's going to be live on the live client right around the time this game gets posted to YouTube, so hopefully everybody's enjoying the new set. Until next time, hope everybody's having a great week. Take care, enjoy the set, and I will see you again soon.